While Necros continued to dominate the format, a new set, World Superstars, was released on April 17th, 2015. This set released several new cards that wouldn't be fully realized until later on, such as the Heroic Challengers, Galaxy Soldier, and Gagaga Samurai, but a set of cards that would immediately see play were the Star Seraphs. In this series, both MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Each episode will take a deep dive into Yu-Gi-Oh's past formats and unlock new strategies as new sets become available. Strap yourselves in because anything is possible. Welcome to the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!
What you doing?
Well, you see, Mr. MBT and I decided to make a bet for History of Yu-Gi-Oh! That for every time we misplay playing Necros, we have to eat one factor meal.
How many times did you misplay?
You really think I misplayed that many times playing a deck that I've never played before? I only misplayed this many times. I mean, anyone could have misplayed this. I'm actually pretty proud of how many times I misplayed, to be honest.
How many times did Joseph misplay?
We're not going to talk about that, okay? What's important here is that we only misplayed this many times and I have to eat this many factor meals, okay? Fitness starts with food, and Factor makes it possible for you to achieve your daily goals through nutritious, purposeful eating. Factor's no-hassle prepared foods make sure you always have something nutritious on hand when you don't have time to think about making lunch or dinner. Grab a prepared smoothie or keto shake for a quick snack, or heat and eat a chef-quality meal in just 2 minutes with no prep or cleanup necessary so you can stay focused on what you love to do. With meal preference options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, vegetarian, and more than 27 plus meal options each week, there's something for everyone. I personally don't eat gluten or dairy, and there were a plethora of options available even with my specific diet. Use my link or go to go.factor75.com and use code POGCIMOOOOOO60 for 60% off your first box.
Whew, that was close. As we explained last episode, after a few months of Necros dominance, Konami looked to the ban list straight in the eye and made the absolute correct choice to nip this deck in the bud once and for all by putting Brionac to 2. This, of course, relegated Necros to the status of rogue at best for the remainder of its lifespan, and hold up. Ooh, right. Well, they'll have another chance in July. I'm sure they won't screw it up this time. YCS Bochum took place in May of 2015, and unsurprisingly, Necros was the deck to beat. Luca Cettoni won the entire thing with this list here, but coverage of it is spotty because it was hosted on Twitch, as were all EU events during this period. That makes it very difficult to find the coverage because Twitch VODs expire. Thankfully, there's not too much going on under the hood of this list. This deck is teched for the mirror, as you can see by the 3 Book of Eclipse, the 1 Raigeki, and the 1 DD Warrior Lady, but at its core, it's still trying to trish people, albeit with 1 fewer Brionac, and Jin Releaser of Rituals. Both of those cards are extremely good against Alex, so I'm feeling good about our chances today. We've got 1 copy of DD Warrior Lady, 1 Dance Princess of the Necros, 1 Jin Releaser of Rituals, 2 Effect Veiler, triple Manju with 1,000 hands, 2 Maxi, triple Senju, double Shuret, double Necros of Brionac, double Necros of Colossalus, double Trishula, triple Unicorn, double Valkyrus. You'll notice we've cut the Decisive Armor and the Gungnir. By this point, builds had solidified. We've got 3 copies of Book of Eclipse, 2 apiece of Cycle, Kaleidoscope, and Mirror, 1 Preparation of Rites, Raigeki, double Reinforcement of the Army, and 1 Vanity's Emptiness. Why is it still at 1? Just take it out behind the shed. In the side, we've got 3 Denko Sekka, 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, 2 Shared Ride, 2 Breakthrough Skill, 2 Mind Crush, and 3 Royal Decree. In the extra, we have a 12 and an 11 for Kaleidoscope hits, double Herald of the Arclight, Abyss Dweller, Castel, double Daigusto Emerald, Diamond Direwolf, Exciton Knight, Cowboy, Laval Chain, Silent Honor Arc, Ragna Zero, and Rhapsody in Berserk. So, let's throw it over to Alex.
I know that this episode is going to bring back a lot of nostalgia for a lot of players from this time, but World Superstars was an interesting set because it introduced a pair of new cards that bolstered an already decent deck in Star Seraphs. So if you've never seen the Star Seraphs before, Star Seraph Scepter is a card that says when it's normal or special summon, you can add a Star Seraph monster from your deck to your hand except Star Seraph Scepter. In this case, we'll be searching Sovereignty. And then Xyz monster that was summoned using 3 or more monsters includes this effect out in the field as materials gain this effect. When Xyz summoned, you can target 1 other card on the field, destroy it, and if you do, you can draw 1 card. Then Sovereignty reads cannot be used as a Xyz material except for an Xyz summon that uses 3 or more material. If you normal or special summon a Star Seraph monster, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, draw 1 card. Then you can special summon if it is a Star Seraph monster. So, the main combo here, otherwise known as Stick Chair combo, is you would normal summon Scepter, and if you already have a copy of Sovereignty in your hand, then you are able to special summon summon the Sovereignty as well. And then when you, on resolution, add the other copy of Sovereignty to your hand, you're then able to special summon that copy as well. Then all three of these can be overlaid into a myriad of different rank 4s that require 3 materials that enables the Scepter to then have the ability to be able to pop stuff and draw an additional card. So the amount of value here is very tantalizing for a lot of players, especially when you can go into cards like Ouroboros. We also have Masquerade, or even something like Deltaros, and you could even overlay that into Constellar Diamond, which isn't terrible either, to be able to auto win against the Mirror or something like Burning Abyss. So there's a lot of cool things you could do with these cards, but as the format continued to progress, players who played Shaddoll figured out that these weren't the cards that were going to help them win against their Necroz matches, which was the most popular matchup at the time. So they start to get shelved back away in favor of more cards to bring down the ceiling of the Necroz deck, like Mistake and the like, which we see in this deck as well. But it still is a great synergy with the deck because it's a light, because that means that you have more fodder for Construct, you have access to all the rank 4s as well, and so it just really helps elevate this deck in a different way. And I think a lot of people, especially Shaddoll lovers, loved what these cards offered, even if it was for a very small time in the deck's lifespan. So let's quickly do the card by card. Of course, we have BLS, Double Effect Veiler, Triple Mathematician. Another new card we haven't discussed yet, Cerberus. Now, this is a neat card. If you take damage by battle or an opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one card on the field, destroy it. So what's neat about this card is that you're able to dump this off of something like Mathematician, then all of a sudden you have a way to be able to out something like the Jinlock, for instance, or to be able to out any other annoying threats like Floodgates potentially as well. So it gives Mathematician a bit more tutorability instead of being able to just go for the Shaddolls. It does have a weird condition in order to use that effect, but honestly, it's a welcome inclusion. I believe this card was from a gold series, which didn't really offer much aside from maybe this and like a couple of other cards, but a welcome inclusion in the deck for sure. Then we have our Shaddolls. We have the Double Beast, the Double Dragon, Triple Falco in this list, Double Hedgehog, and Double Squamata. Of course, we have Triple Scepter and Triple Sovereignty, aka Triple Stick, Triple Chair. Then we have one Thunder King Ryo, another nice card against Necroz exactly, just to be able to stop them. It's basically a 4th copy of Mistake and a normal summon. And a card we haven't seen in quite some time, Tsukuyomi. Now, what's nice about this is that this is another card that can out the Jinlock because it can flip the Clausulus face down. It no longer has the properties of if it being properly ritual summoned using the effect of the Jin, which now means that you are able to special summon freely. What's also nice is that it's a spellcaster because it synergizes with that aspect, but it's also a dark, which means you could dump it for Shaddoll Fusion if you need to go into something like a Winda. And so we see this player playing 2 copies of it, which makes sense. Then we have for the spells an Allure of Darkness, Book of Moon, Triple El Shaddoll, Regeki, Double Shaddoll Fusion. This may seem weird, but if you're playing up against a bunch of Necroz matches, then they're going to Jinlock you. Shaddoll Fusion is going to do you a lot of good, which is why this player is opting for 2. And then we have the 1 Soul Charge rounding out the spells. And for the traps, Triple Mistake. This is a floodgate we have yet to see a lot of yet, but neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. This card hoses Necroz, and going into game 1, they don't really have an out for this because Necroz is primarily focused on the mirror match, and as a result, decks like this or like BA or any other deck that isn't Necroz can capitalize by playing cards that Necroz isn't prepared to deal with because the Necroz player is expecting to play 7, 8, 9 Necroz matches over the course of a long tournament. We also have the 1 Shaddoll Core and Vanities rounding out our 41 card deck. And then for the extra deck, we have Triple Construct, a Shekinaga, Double Winda, Arcanite Magician, Leo, a Star Eater, a Daigusto Emerald, and Exiton, and then we have a plethora of 3 level 4 material monsters that we can make with our Scepter and Sovereignty. Ouroboros is actually a pretty sick card because you can detach a material to activate any of these effects. And again, Ouroboros has always been a fantastic card, but just very hard to summon because it requires 3 level 4s. Masquerade as a conditional, like, sort of effect that could be relevant at times, but it was really seldom played. Again, really held back because it needed 3 4s. And Deltaros we know from Satellar Knights, but it's actually generic, so that's pretty cool that you could play this. It's a way to immediately detach a material and then get the effect of the Scepter. And again, being able to overlay into Diamond is actually pretty nasty for your matchups like this as well. Then for the side, we have Triple Denko Sekka for when we're going up against the trap decks like BA and the like. We have Double Maxi to be able to bring in as well. Double Vanity Fiend for any of the special summon heavy decks. Again, something similar to BA. Mind Control is a nice card, as well as Triple MST for any other opposing, floodgates that can just completely shut us down. Double Secret Village of the Spellcaster is a very devastating card because we are playing a lot of Spellcasters, so we do have access to this. the third Shaddoll fusion that we can bring in for the matchups where it's relevant. And this deck is playing Crush Card Virus, a card that we really haven't seen a lot of, especially because it's been banned, but it recently became unbanned because it was errated. I'm not sure how relevant this is going to be, but if it comes up, we will definitely discuss it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this may be our best shot to be able to beat Nekroz when you have a deck that is heavily teched out to beat it, but we'll have to see how it goes, because Nekroz is definitely the boogeyman, and it has one of the craziest matchups against everything of all time. People would argue it's one of the best decks of all time. Let's see how we do. So let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. You know, buddy, I feel like I'm getting the true Nekroz experience. We're only, what, 3 episodes into playing with one of us playing Nekroz, and I'm already sick of this deck.
Yeah, imagine if this lasted for 4 months. But don't worry, there's a ban list on the horizon. I'm sure it will fix everything.
Yeah, I'm sure that, you know, there's no shot that Nekroz will still be the best deck after that ban list, right? But in any case, I guess it's cool that some of the other decks, the Duelist Alliance decks, the decks that we wish we were playing, get some upgrades in some of these sets. World Superstars, bit of a weird set, but it did bring forth a couple of new cards that helps the deck that I'm playing. Will it be good enough to beat your deck? Probably not, but we're going to show it off anyway. So let's shout the patron. 0Z, thank you for the support, buddy. Got the hand up.
Yeah, why not?
I rolled a 1, so odd.
It's even 4!
No, I lose.
Well, we don't know about that. There are some hands that
we
don't
still
produce
have the Gin Lock. We do know about that.
You know, what if I brick? I could brick. This deck is known for being inconsistent. Oh,
fantastic. I guess the saving grace is that since I'm not playing Nekroz, I probably have more outs to the Gin Lock than, like, your deck naturally would, but we'll see if that how well that plays out. Best of luck, buddy.
Best of luck to you, too. We'll go Senju.
All right, I'm dead. Yep, you're good.
We're going to grab Brionac. We're going to grab Colossalus. We're going to grab Kaleidoscope. All this right?
Great. Haven't seen this before.
Haven't you? Kaleidoscope. We're going to send Herald.
Sure.
We're going to summon Unicorn. Herald Effect. We're going to grab Trish.
Why would we ever do that?
Oh, you know what? We actually don't have to. Let's grab freaking Colossalus, Lois.
Oh, great.
Let's overlay for Laval Chain.
Can we ban this card yet?
We're almost there, buddy. Laval Chain.
I got Valor.
Oh! So. Yeah! Woo! Okay. That's
what do you do now?
That's huge, yeah. Well, shit. I really don't have anything else to do. Yeah, let's just pass here.
Okay, I didn't think we'd get this far. If I draw 1 card, I probably immediately win the game, and that is not it. Oh, that would have been nice. Okay, main phase 1. How...
I feel like if you had Shaddoll Fusion, you'd just windmill slam it.
Yeah, I would have immediately slammed that card down, so you can probably rest easy that I do not have it. So instead, I think we're going to do this. I'm going to normal summon Star Seraph Scepter.
Oh, cool. We do get to see this. Well, no response to that.
You don't get to see the cool part, unfortunately, because I did not open the chair. So I am going to go and just get myself a chair, because you can't search Scepter. Okay, right. That makes sense. So we will get the chair. I wish we had the combo, but unfortunately we do not. The nice thing is that it may not matter all that much. I do have El Shaddoll Fusion.
Oh, that's crazy. Yep.
Yeah, it's not regular Shaddoll Fusion, which would have been infinitely crazier. I do have to use resources from the hand, but it's probably good enough here. So we're dumping the chair that we got. I'll dump Hedgehog. So let's go for Construct. So we're going to go Construct and Hedgehog here. So Construct 1, Hedgehog 2. So Hedgehog's going to get us a Shaddoll. I think I'm going to grab myself a Squamata. And then Construct is going to activate. And I'm going to dump myself a... Squamata, trigger the Squamata. I'm going to dump Core, and then I'm going to use Core's effect, and we're going to add this El Shaddoll Fusion back to our hand.
Sure.
So that gives us some play for next turn. I can try to go to battle here, so I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, for sure.
So you don't take anything, because Construct's effect will actually destroy it, but you will take 18 here.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then second main, I've got a couple of back row.
Oh, that's really bad news.
And we'll throw it back.
Wow, that's distressingly bad news. Oh, God. Well, there's only one back row that this deck plays. Let's go for Kaleido here. We'll banish Unicorn.
No response.
We'll grab Kaleido. So silly that it can do this. Kaleido?
We'll chain El Shaddai.
Okay, well, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's fine.
Yeah. So I think if there's an argument to make anything else here, probably not. I'm just gonna dump the hand. So I'll make Winda.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to finish your summon.
We're gonna dump... No! Oh, yes. Okay. We're gonna dump Star Eater.
Okay.
We'll go Valk Kloss.
So then new chain, I've got a Falco and a Squamata to resolve if you'll allow it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So Falco will summon itself, and Squamata will dump here. I think we'll go ahead and dump ourselves a Beast. Yeah, let's dump a Beast. And then Beast effect will draw a card.
Sure.
Proceed.
What's the defense on Falco?
14.
We'll go to combat. Let's go Valk into the Falco.
Valk into Falco, huh? That is fine.
It's just kind of crusty. The only other attack doesn't clear the Falco, and you can just cycle like a construct. We'll go Kloss here, and we'll target... I think actually the construct. If we target the construct, what did you add back?
I have nothing. You don't know anything else at this point.
Right.
I added El Shaddai when I dumped Core last turn, and I've already used El Shaddai.
If I clean Scepter with Valk and then go into construct back the Core, and you can still L into construct again. All right, we're gonna go Kloss effect for construct, and we will walk into the construct.
So it'll make its attack 0 and negate its effects. Then if my construct dies, I can just get El Shaddai back.
Yeah, I'm not super
I do
happy
still have
about
to
it.
find a way to clear Valk is the issue here. I think this is a bit annoying. I think I'm gonna have to book the Clausulus.
Oh, that is annoying. Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll go to second main here. Well, now that he's useless, we'll use Valk. We'll try and cycle him.
Sure, it's fine.
Oy, oy, oy.
That's why I didn't feel great. Like, I knew you were just gonna do that, so.
Go ahead.
Okay, we'll draw.
Yeah.
Excellent. We'll just go straight to battle.
Yes.
Constructed.
This is so crappy. I mean, legitimately really crappy. Eclipse? No, that's
my God.
You have El Shaddai in hand. It doesn't even do anything. Oh, I just have to eat it. Yeah.
Okay. All right, sure. And then 1822.
Yeah.
Second main. I've got 2 more for you, buddy. Go ahead.
Standby main. Oh, come on. Okay. Kaleido.
Chain mistake.
Oh, you got it. Hand is 3 Necroz ritual spells.
Oh, wow.
Can you please just let me Jinlock you, please?
No, I thoroughly enjoyed Winda plus mistaking you, though. That was my version of the Jinlock, and it actually won.
Bet you did. Hey, you know what I like is that this hand does not do anything.
Woo!
Okay. Let's, Yeah, go off, King.
You feeling okay over there?
Oh, I'm feeling fine.
Draw.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I really wish there was a way for me to capitalize on this, I'll be honest. I don't think there is.
That's the funniest part of Necroz, is that pass is honestly an FTK. Math's fine.
Math, all right. What are we dumping? I could just thin my deck, try to draw more cards. Like, Falco doesn't do anything right now.
It summons itself. Sure. That's something.
It does. We'll go Squamata, pitch Beast, draw a card, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Great. That effectively did nothing. 15.
I'll take it.
I was going to say, you don't have any Necroz cards to banish. I hope so.
Gores?
Second main, I'm going to set 1, 2, 3. Go.
Okay, stand by main. Cycle.
Vanities.
Okay, back to you.
Draw. Normal Scepter.
Yep.
Effect, I will grab myself a chair.
Yep.
15, 18. Go ahead.
I've got lines. Gimme. That is not one of them. Okay, we still got a little bit here. Back to you.
Fuck it, I'll MST the back row.
It was Mind Crush.
Interesting. All right, I'll draw. Raigeki.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta go for it. If you have Valk, you have Valk.
This is what? 15, 18.
This is lethal.
You have got it. You've got it. Oh, that was a game I was never losing, but for Vanity's emptiness. Oh,
What else is in your
man.
hand?
Oh.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Did everything I could. I was there. She is. Look, I was looking.
There she is.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Game 3?
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Okay, okay. You can go first. That's perfectly fine. I was not expecting to win that easily. Vanity's emptiness at 1,
Hell of a
ladies and
card,
gentlemen.
folks.
Hell of a card. Surely, Joseph, they're gonna ban this on the next list, right?
Of course, of course. I mean, it would be unthinkable, right? This is a fucking gnarly one. We'll go Colossalus. We are gonna grab Kaleido.
Sounds good.
Kaleido.
No response.
We're gonna send Herald for Unicorn.
Sure.
Herald. We are gonna grab Bryo.
Sure.
And we are gonna pass.
Yikes. All right. I just know you have Rio. That's it. I'll draw.
Yep.
Let's go Allure of Darkness to kick things off.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. I will banish Hedgehog. I'll be honest with you. This is a gnarly one for me as well. If I play any card, it turns Trish online, which is not fun. Unicorn's also just sort of an asshole. I think at the very least, I'm going to go 1, 2, and pass.
All right. Stand by me. That was a fortuitous draw. Manju of the 10 million hands.
Okay. Not happy about this, but I do have a mistake.
Oh, okay. That, wait, that fucking sucks. Let's go combat. Unicorn.
Here's why I'm not happy about it. I had Hedgehog set.
Hey, let's go. This is a good one.
Yeah, I'll take the 14.
All right, back to you.
Okay. So we shut off the Bryo. That's pretty good. The question is, what the fuck do I do with the rest of my hand? I think I'm just going to set 1. Am I in danger of dying here? You've got, what, 37 on field. That means you need 2,900 to kill me. Yeah, that seems too likely. I'm going to Regeki.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there they go.
And that's it.
Wow.
Sure. Also, I'm setting another one, too. Sorry. I'm not.
Oh, okay. Sheesh. I think I got to pass here.
Okay. So now I have to deal with whatever matter of nonsense you have. So mistake is probably locking down most of your hand. How do I navigate this? Let's try this. So I'm going to activate Shadal Core.
Yes.
So we'll move this here, and then we'll fire El Shadal Fusion. So we're going to send the Core and a Squamata for a Construct. So then new chain, we have Core, Squamata, and Construct. So I think I'm going to order it. Construct 1, Squamata 2, Core 3.
Kind of crusty. I will go for a Veiler here.
On the Construct. That is A-okay with me. So Core will get back Fusion. Squamata will dump. Usually the send here would be something like Beast, but the problem is I can't draw. Oh, no, I can.
No,
Mistake, you
that's the only
can
thing you
draw.
can do.
Ha-ha! Okay, so this actually sort of works. The other alternative is I send Falco, potentially. Falco just gets me a dude. And of course, I'm out of Hedgehogs. Otherwise, I would probably snap send that. Let's send Falco, and then Falco effect to resurrect itself.
Yep.
I'll just try smacking you for 28 here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And second main, I'll just set 1 and throw it back to you.
Stand by main.
All good.
Unicorn. Grab back Kaleido.
No response.
Kaleido.
Sadly, I think I have to let that go. What do you do here? Kaleido for... I know you have Brio. It's annoying. Sure.
We will send Shuret for Brio.
Not bad.
Brio.
Bounce my Construct. Yeah, that's... Is that all you're doing? I'll Veiler that. Whatever.
Oh, whoa, that is really bad. Wow, that's atrocious. Yeah, you got it.
What?
I got nothing else going. It was Veiler,
What else
Shuret,
was in
and
the
hand.
hand? Oh, so just everything that adds.
No, yeah, there's a reason this deck was playing Mistake. It's real good against Nekroz.
When 90% of the cards in the deck search another card between Brio, Clausulus, the Mirrors, search for more copies of the Mirrors, the Manjus, the Senjus. I mean, probably like 75% of this deck searches for something else within it, which is one of the reasons why it was the best deck for the consistency. But as this is your game 1 configuration, right? Yeah. And so looking at this for the viewers to see on screen, there is no way for you to deal with copy of Mistake unless you're to what? Go into the extra deck and maybe make like a Diamond Dire?
Even that's really sus. It's rough. This deck is extremely teched for the mirror, so if you're playing against a deck that is capable and competent and has game against it, it is kind of a problem. You're playing a significant amount of cards to beat exactly this. Obviously, everyone was playing Vanities, and Jesus Christ, I still can't beat that card. It's such an unbelievably unfun part of Yu-Gi-Oh! At this period. But you've got not only the Mistakes, the main deck Ryo, the Tsukiyomi for the Jinlock. I mean, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, no. So my deck is cool. Like you said, it is teched for Nekroz exactly because during this time, as we've sort of illustrated throughout the last several episodes of history, Nekroz was pretty much all you were seeing at the top tables. I mean, it's won countless tournaments by this point, and so we didn't even really get to do any of the stick chair shenanigans, which enables you to go into some of the other rank 4s that require 3 or more rank 4s in order, or excuse me, 3 level 4s or more to make them, but like you don't even need them, in all honesty. At the very least, they're lights for Construct, which is relevant, and if you get to just do the stick chair combo, which I wasn't even able to assemble, then you just get to get a ton of value for absolutely free, and it sets you super far ahead. This doesn't necessarily last as being the preferred version of the deck because while Stick Chair is cute, it doesn't necessarily do a whole lot specifically into like the Nekroz matchup when you could just be playing other cards that are just as devastatingly effective as cards like Mistake. Another cool card too that I didn't get to really see is Pero Cerberus, which is neat because it's a send off of Mathematician, and it is effectively a way to turn your Mathematician in a way to out the Jinlock if you don't have something like, say, Gungnir to be able to protect it.
And it's like a decent one too. You can normal math, send Pero, walk into the Jin, and it's a Jin out that also, like, it cycles a card, you know, it happens in damage, there's not a lot you can do about it.
And typically, going into game 1, Nekroz was probably expecting to lose in the non-Nekroz mirrors, because as you said, your deck is teched for the mirror, because that's what the matchup you're expecting to see most often. And so, as a result, losing game 1 is okay, because then as we saw in your game 2, you were bringing in the Denkos for the Mistakes and for the Vanities. You were bringing in just any card to just deal with the fact that I have these cards to attempt to lower your ceiling and to be able to play at my deck's level. That's very characteristic of what happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole. The deck that is the best deck doesn't need to play these floodgates to keep the other decks at bay. It's the weaker decks like the Shadals, like the BAs, like the Klees that really need to just keep those other decks in check in order to be able to just overrun them.
And I am glad we are seeing that there are things that can combat Nekroz, but as pilots, you know, stop teching specifically for the mirror and start taking kind of a wider view of the larger metagame, they will start to overcome these last few stragglers. For many players, after a couple of months of Nekroz dominance, their only hope for Nekroz's removal from the format was the list, and we'll be examining that a couple episodes from now.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shout1317, Tim00x3, Moto, MBT Play Madolce, Cameron Smith, Pony Stark Part 2, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Manhoban, Phoenix the Immortal, I Ship MBT and Simo, Draconic Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, Valen Jackson, Dylan Hunter, Cody Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Little Fadeleaf, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet Inuda Taisho, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Max Matthew Brady, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, Simping for Simo, Cheeks McLapperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Dalton, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Mallow of the Burning Tunnels, Wonder Waffle, Skull Servant, and the Wandering Doomed or Boyfriends, MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon, All Yus, Unis the Bus, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Shrugs X, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, and Corvain. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.